Hi, Scott Orlin, Wild Animals. As you can see, I'm not in Los Angeles. I'm here at the Animal Kingdom here at Walt Disney World for the new film called Zootopia. And the two people who are responsible for that movie being made are its co-directors. We have Byron Howard and Rich Moore. Let me ask you something. What is it about us as people that we love to see animals talk? Why are those type of films so accessible?
I don't know, because I think it's an extension of we love pets. You know, we domesticated cats and
people
dogs.
dress their cats up and their dogs.
They like to give them names.
Yeah.
You know, they like to imagine that they have personalities, which they do.
They do.
You know, and some people like to
personalities.
put clothes on them. So I think these movies are just an extension of what we already do naturally with animals in our life.
It's like a big mirror, right? Yeah. Yeah. I think Rich has got a rabbity quality to it, right? He's somewhat furry. He's got lovely white teeth.
But I think one of the cool things about your job is that you got to go to Kenya to do research for their job. What did you see in the real animals that made, when you came back to the drawing board, to give some of your characters the personality traits, or to give them, no, this is what this animal should be doing now?
Well, one of the things we were right on the edge of a watering hole in a camp called Innisoit, and we were about 30 feet from this watering hole, and during the day, lions would come in and they would drink right next to zebra and gazelle, which they would normally eat, but there was no funny business. No one was attacking each other. It was very peaceful, and they were watching each other, but everyone got a drink and then they went their separate ways, and we thought that's very much like a city is. It's like different groups that don't always get along, but have to come to the cities to live and survive. And it gave us sort of an interesting idea about predators and prey in Zootopia, and that's where one of those big ideas came from. The other thing we did was we looked at the individual characters of animals out in the wild, and we saw what are called Cape buffalo, which are these massive bulls, these massive like cow-like creatures that roam the savannah. And Cape buffalo, they have these huge males that protect the herd called brigadiers, and they're covered with scars and they have broken horns, but they're all about protecting their families and protecting the herd. We thought that is a great character for our chief of police, who is played by Idris Elba in our movie. So that's where Bogo, which is Swahili for Cape buffalo, that's where that character came from. And
one of the things too is, I'm sure anybody who is familiar with Disney animation, you can go back to the beginning, there's always a relevant theme. There's something undercurrent that we can relate to. Be good to your neighbor, find out yourself, confidence. So for you in this movie, what were the themes that you were really trying to get across? Because obviously it's a piece of entertainment. But I don't want to give away what I interpret as the theme of the movie, but what for you were the points that you were trying to get along? Obviously get along, but...
Right. Well, I would say the themes that I walk away with is that Judy, our main character, she, even though she considers herself contemporary and above looking down on other species of animals, I think that she comes away from the story looking more at the similarities, or realizing the strength in finding similarities in another person rather than differences, you know, and embracing those, and realizing that that's when great things happen, when we treat each other with that kind of respect. And that's something that I walk away from the film that really resonates with me when I see it.
And just a last quick question. Is there one animal to animate that's more difficult than another? I mean, was there a difficult animal to animate?
Well, they're all.
Which one's hard to wrangle?
They're harder. They're all
Each
difficult.
one has its little challenges.
Yeah. The nice thing that the animators did was that we asked them not to forget that these are animals. So every animal in Zootopia, we have 64 different species. Every animal walks differently, looks different. The fur is completely different on every single animal. And the fact that our animators never forgot that these aren't people walking around in animal suits. These are animals that have evolved and are walking around. They really did their best to capture what makes animals amazing from species to species. But they're all tricky. The armadillo landlady was a tricky one, because she's got this kind of strange shell on the back.
And how do you manipulate that shell when she walks? I would say too, like the elephant in the ice cream parlor.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Because they're just so massive, you know. And he had to and they have these strange kind of hooves, you know, and they use the trunk for a hand. that it was just a lot of things to kind of keep track of, and it's got a very interesting mouth, and if the trunk is not just kind of in the right area, the face starts to look kind of weird, so that one was we spent a lot of time with that character, I remember.
Well, I congratulate you, thank you very
Scott.
much, and I
Thank you,
hope
Scott.
creditors and praise come to see that movie.
Yes.
And this is Scott Orlin. Until next time.